Let's talk about a story you probably think you know inside and out, but we're going to look at it a little differently today as a kind of parable. Because this story isn't just about hobbits and dragons, it's really about the incredible world-shaping power of language itself. We're going to dive into how, in some worlds, a single word can carry the weight of an entire kingdom.
And that quote right there, that's the heart of it all. See, in Middle-earth, language isn't just for describing things. It's not just how you communicate. It's foundational. It's an active, living force, something with an almost sacred power to create, to define, and sometimes to completely shatter reality.
So let's jump into the first part of our parable. We're going to see how this core belief that words literally build worlds ends up shaping the entire conflict of the story, and, it sets the moral stakes crazy high.
When you really boil it down, this is a story about the two sides of language. We see words used in two totally opposite ways. One way is like a weapon, a tool for hoarding and for destruction. But the other way, that's like a bridge. It's a path to understanding, and maybe even redemption.
Okay, so let's meet that first tongue, the destructive one. And it is seriously dangerous. It belongs, of course, to the dragon Smaug. And it represents a way of speaking that is just cold, analytical, and absolutely ruthless.
And this brings us to this amazing concept called dragon logic. Now, this isn't just about being smart. No way. It's a very specific, predatory kind of intelligence. When Smaug hears a riddle, he doesn't hear a fun little game, he hears data. He takes metaphors and clever wordplay and processes them with this cold, perfect logic that connects them straight to the real world, all so he can plan his revenge.
And you can really see the clash right here. For Bilbo, riddles are just a private game, a clever way to stay alive. It's all about metaphor. But the second those words hit Smaug's ears, they completely transform. That private game, it explodes into a public catastrophe. A witty comment becomes forensic evidence, and a metaphor is treated as a literal, actionable truth.
This predatory logic, it's like a poison that infects every single thing Smaug says. His words show you his entire worldview, which is all about owning things, hoarding things. That's the infamous dragon sickness for you. His language doesn't build anything, it creates a desolation, both on the map and, metaphorically. His words are a catalyst for war, and they're always focused on objects, like the Arkenstone, never on people.
And all of this leads us to the critical turning point of the whole story. It's a single moment where Bilbo's clever words backfire in a way that is immediate, unexpected, and just absolutely catastrophic. This is where the parable teaches its toughest lesson.
It's a pretty chilling question when you stop and think about it, right? How can a simple, off-the-cuff nickname end up being a death sentence for an entire community? Well, in a world where words are literal weapons, the danger is terrifyingly real.
These are the words, Barrel Rider. That's it. Just a simple nickname Bilbo calls himself while playing his riddle game with the dragon. It sounds totally harmless, but in the cold, hard math of dragon logic, this is the only clue Smaug needs.
And right here, you see the devastating chain reaction. Step 1, the verbal slip. Bilbo says, Barrel Rider. Step 2, Smaug's analytical brain immediately connects that clue to the people of Lake Town, the ones who ship goods in barrels down the river. And boom, step 3, Lake Town is officially a target. A metaphor just became a military objective. It's that direct and that terrifying.
So the main point here is that Bilbo learns a really profound and painful lesson. His words literally set the world on fire. This one slip of the tongue proves that in this world, just being witty isn't enough. Language has a terrifying weight, and a clever metaphor can do as much damage as an army.
But Smaug's destructive way of thinking isn't the only example of corrupt language in this world. We see another version, maybe an even more tragic one, of how language can just decay in the creature Gollum.
Just look at the contrast. Bilbo starts his journey with the vocabulary of the Shire. It's all about home, comfort, things that are wholesome and full of light. But Gollum's vocabulary is its dark reflection. It's hollow, it's obsessive, and it's endlessly repetitive. It's a shrunken vocabulary for a shrunken soul. And of course, there is this one, hypnotic word, precious. More than any other word, this one just perfectly captures the corrupting weight of the One Ring. It's not just a name for a thing, it's a mantra, it's a prayer. It's the absolute center of Gollum's entire universe, both linguistic and moral.
Gollum's whole identity is a product of this linguistic rot. His name, Gollum, actually comes from a horrible, guttural sound he makes in his throat. His riddles, so different from Bilbo's, are all about dark, empty things like wind and shadows, which just reflect his own bleak history. His vocabulary isn't just small, it defines his moral world. If something isn't precious, it has no value. Period.
So let's get back to Bilbo because he really is the heart of this parable. After his run-in with Smaug, he's forced to face a profound and really painful truth about the kind of responsibility that comes with being good with words.
And this is the central lesson he has to learn. Before, language was just a game. Now he gets it. True mastery of language isn't about being clever or winning a riddle contest. It's about understanding the consequences. It's about knowing your words have power and taking responsibility for that power.
You can actually trace Bilbo's entire character arc just by looking at how his relationship with language changes. He starts with that simple, homey Shire vocabulary. Then, on his adventure, he gets really good at clever riddles. Then comes that critical moment, the verbal slip with Smaug. And that leads him right to the final stage, a painful understanding of consequences. He grows up by learning the true weight of his own words.
So, after seeing the destructive power and the corrupting power of words, we finally get to the moral of our parable. And it's here that we discover the single most transformative and powerful form of language in the entire story.
So what could it be? I mean, after everything we've seen, ancient dragons speaking with flawless logic, magic rings whispering corruption, what could possibly be more powerful? It's not a magic spell, and it's definitely not the cleverest riddle.
It's this. Pity. The most powerful linguistic act in this world isn't spoken out loud at all. It's an internal shift. It's the moment Bilbo is standing over Gollum in the dark and he makes the choice not to kill him. It's an act of empathy, a philosophical decision that changes everything.
And that really is the ultimate point. This internal act of language, this silent, profound realization of pity, has the power to reshape the entire external world. It literally alters the moral path of the whole saga. It's a choice that comes from understanding, not from wit, and it proves to be stronger than Dragonfire and stronger than the Shadow of the Ring.
And so our parable ends with a question, not for Middle-earth, but for us. If we accept this idea that words aren't just sounds, but are the actual tools we use to build reality, to forge connections, or to create wastelands, then we all have to ask ourselves, what world exactly are our words building?